Hey guys, this is CLOUDAVEN. These are questions and suggestions for the dev team for the Division 2. Recently, I've had the privilege and the pleasure to play in the alpha, and I will not disclose any of that due to the NDA. But as I was asked in the survey, I wanted to provide some questions and some suggestions for the developers for the Division 2. So, without further ado, let's get it going. First question: how do you plan on making the gear rewarding enough to grind for? Second question is: do you plan to adjust the time to kill for LMGs compared to assault rifles? As a developer, what would you like me to feel as a player when I experience your game? Or what would you like me to experience when I play your game? Will I be able to fully customize my agent head to toe, as in shoes, masks, unique weapon skins, emblems, and clothes, on those emblems on skills, and maybe some kick-ass, skins on my skills, so it sets me apart from people I'm playing with? How do you plan to make a player feel more powerful, or in other words, badass, when it comes to dispatching foes and overcoming obstacles? How would I get a job working for the Division 2 without having a degree? Number 7, the Division 2, is it going to have survival mode like in Division 1? Will you implement ways to give players the ability to have 4 abilities to use at once or active at once? Will you adjust the time it takes to use skills? How do you plan to fight the feeling players will have over repetitivity in late game play after 2 months in game? So that's my questions. Those are 10 questions I've had for the developers. And here's my suggestions. In my suggestions, I've also given a way to combat some of these issues that players may face. So, suggestions to devs: ways to combat the feeling of repetitive gameplay. Okay, so every side mission rotate. I would suggest that every side mission would rotate a series of 60 different objectives or variants. It may sound like a lot, but really I can suggest a string that may help, but I'll do so in words other than the line bar system that is displayed in Unreal. And for what I mean Unreal, the Unreal Engine. So in Unreal Engine, you can set different variables, as you know, the devs. I know this, having used the engine and have experiment with having a mission randomly choose from 5 base mission types. For example, raid, kill, collect, rescue, disarm. So now, for example, we'll use raid. And in the raid heading, I would probably set the variable to select problem types, and I would create the different problem types as our boss, escape, capture, kill all, and arm. So raid would be selected, then the problem variable would be randomly selected. After that, I would create a foe type, aka faction or factions, and different types of obstacles that would take place in the mission. The foe types, I would create armored, flanking, stealthy, rush, bomber, and then those would be chosen from one or more factions. Note, I realize you guys are developers and you may already be doing this, but I was just thinking of how I would implement a system if I were to be building the game and create a more rewarding experience. Okay, so how to make the game feel more rewarding. All right, so I got about 5 different things, that I would suggest. So first thing is loot. This is a looter shooter. So the Division, I've been playing the Division since day 1, alpha, beta, and closed beta, you name it. I was there, trying to give wording and help the developers, and all the way along. So, number one, the way I would adjust like loot. Whenever I would kill like 10 white foes, those are like the white colored soldiers or enemies you face, I would get a white loot drop, but that loot drop has a 10% chance to be a green drop, or a 4% chance to be a blue drop, or a 1% chance to be a purple drop, or a 0.1% chance to be gold, or a 0.01 chance to be epic, or whatever the higher tier above gold would be. Number two, and to give more examples, to elaborate more on this, whenever I kill 35 white colored foes, I get a green loot drop, but that drop has a chance of 10% to be a blue drop, or a 4% chance to be a purple drop, or a 1% chance to be a gold drop, or a 0.1 chance to be epic, or a 0.01 chance to be whatever the higher tier is. Okay, so, and then I went up, and it's essential. Like, so when I kill 125 white colored foes, and guys, this is not race, this is like the different types of foes. I'm noticing like there's white and purple and gold types of enemy types, so it's not about race. So just to get that out there. So when I kill 125 colored foes, white colored foes, I get a blue loot drop, that but that loot drop has a 10% chance to be purple, and that purple drop has a chance to be a 4% chance to be gold, and or 1% chance to be epic, or a 0.1 chance to be above epic, or whatever that higher tier will be, because I'm not sure if you guys have addressed what types of gear types levels they're going to be, you know, because I'm just going based off of what the division, because the division has signature skills and signature gear and things of that sort. So whenever so for number 4 is, whenever I would kill a purple foe, I get a loot drop with a 50% chance to be purple, a 15% chance to be gold, or a 5% chance to be above gold, and a 1% chance to be epic, or whatever the higher tier is. And last but not least, the 5 different ways to provide rewarding, I think, would be whenever I kill a gold foe, I get a loot drop that has an 80% chance to be gold, or a 15% chance to be above gold, and a 5% chance to be above epic, or you get my drift. So other ways I would think of making the game feel more rewarding, it kind of goes into my next category of ways to make players feel more badass. So one, make it so as you progress, you get the sense that you're able to kill things easier. So for example, if I'm if I'm facing a level 4 enemy and I'm level 7, unless it's a boss, I dispatch the level 4 without any issue, and not I'm a level 7 and I'm level 7 blue geared, and I have like, and the level 4 drops me in 3 shots out of cover and 5 in cover. Well, then I feel really weak. Or probably not have the foes or enemies in a section that are levels 4 through 5, you know, the heading at the top when you enter a new section, and you come in as a level 7 and get dropped by one foe who's not even a heavy or a boss, or a boss heavy. And you know, note, now this formula only works if you're level 7 and you're geared in level 7 equipment. You can't be geared in level 1 and be level 7 and then expecting, oh yeah, I'm gonna run through and get revenge on like those level 4 and 5 that used to kick my ass. You can't really do that. So number 2 is make it so that when you get your badass abilities, it will one-shot the trash mobs, the cannon falter mobs. Like, it just makes you feel like, hey, like I can just, clean up this crowd really easy and have fun, be able to go back in the earlier areas and, that were giving you difficulty and like get revenge and like, ha ha ha, like finally I can beat this guy because it's not, such a drag or a bore, I mean? Like, it's not such a headache trying to beat them, when I was low level, trying to level up. So that's number 2. Number 3 is look at the game from a standpoint that will be that kind of asks the question, will this be fun or am I getting bored with the gameplay? So for example, another capture point I have to capture, and the spawn is like it's like my 20th capture point, and it's been taken back like 20 times. This is super annoying. So why can't I just set up a sentry to prevent it from being taken back, to kind of give me the feeling like I'm accomplishing something, instead of like, oh, I have to redo the same old, grind over again. Like, damn it, like I just did that, like, that's frustrating, sort of thing. Number 4 is ask yourself, is this a chore? And if it is a chore, does it make me feel like I accomplished something in a badass way? So for example, so I have to take the library back, and what if I could pick off the foes that pass by the windows with the silenced weapon, and then send my drone in to mop up the rest? Little things like that to make you feel like, hey, like I can actually, not even really be there, but I can use my badass skills and abilities that I've earned through leveling, to, make the game more fun, or different ways to come at different missions, not just run into the hallway, get in cover, have to shoot everything, maybe use your abilities or not use your abilities. Like, more variety on how to approach the mission and how to take out the mission, like from any which way, kind of leave it more open. And number 5, ways to make you feel badass. Make it so in 5 to 10 minutes game time, I could have used my ultimate at least 2 times and my abilities at least 5. So what I'm suggesting is a 5-to-2 ratio in the use of abilities and ultimates. So now mind you, none of really of these things I'm speaking on were in alpha, because I'm not trying to break my NDA and I'm not discussing my experiences. But what I'm trying to suggest is, from a standpoint of how I look at, when I play a game, like, is this fun? Do I want to do this? If I have to do this, can I do this badass? Can I do this without feeling like it's overly chory or overly repetitive? Oh wow, there's a new way, there's a new bad guy here. Oh, I didn't face this last time. Oh shit, like, wow, there's a way to, come at these enemies, and oh, there's this heavy over here, I can take out him, or oh wow, I just used this grenade and I was able to kite or bait the enemies into getting, like, 4 kills, kind of like this narrow hallway. Like, I set up a turret on this ledge, and then I threw like my tracker mine out, so kind of make the enemies run out of cover. It's kind of things like that. So, well, I hope this helps, and these are like questions and suggestions for the developers. So thanks again. Oh, and devs, if you want to, give me a job or something, I'll take that, but thanks again for listening. I appreciate it. And in the background, we got the, the trailer and the gameplay running for Division 2. So I didn't want to run into any copyright issues. So thanks again. And this is CLOUDAVEN signing out. Hey.